just because you have the transition from QT to QE doesn't necessarily mean anything. What did mean something was when you had a panic and then the balance sheet really started to explode, right? That is where things change. So right now, we're not even in the phase where the balance sheet goes up. There's a good chance going into December that the same thing that happened in 2019 is going to happen again. Where essentially back then in August of 2019, it took until, mid-August for that last batch of treasury maturities to settle. And maybe the same thing's going to happen again now, right? Like it seems like a likely scenario where it could take a few weeks. You could argue that we might not even notice the balance sheet starting to go up until 2026. But by then, it might be more obvious to people that we're in a bear market. Now that doesn't mean that nothing can put in new all-time highs. Obviously, some cryptocurrencies are putting in new all-time highs. But the hard part with Bitcoin right now is that, it's been dropping throughout the last couple of months. And we know that while it might drop back down and then get a nice rally back up, there is still a decent chance that until the Fed really starts to increase the balance sheet more, and when they really start to drop those interest rates more, it might not have the desired effect, right? Like it doesn't mean you're not going to have counter trend rallies. But the reality is that what I'm saying, I think, is the most likely scenario right now, is I'm saying that this 2019 bear market that happened as quantitative tightening ended and QE began, and as interest rates came down, that I think is what's happening right now, right? Like I think that same thing is happening right now. And so you're going to have some rallies by Bitcoin, absolutely. And I've said many times, like you will likely have a rally back up to the 200-day moving average. I think that will happen. But that doesn't mean it has to happen today, right? Like it could still be a few weeks away. Who knows exactly when it's going to happen? I could see a scenario where this bleed continues for a little bit longer. And then you have 3 months in a row, potentially that are red. I mean, I hope December is green. In all honesty, I hope December is green. I mean, it would be nice to have some relief here. But there does exist a scenario where you have these monthly returns, kind of like 2021, where you had 3 red months in a row, November, December, and January.